I can make the whitest cracker wrapper as black as a panther. This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv. Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. We have a huge announcement here today at the Power Project, sponsored by HowMuchYouBench.net, the Sling Shot, and the only strength magazine in the world, thepowermagazine.com. We have an enormous announcement to make in just a little bit, so bear with me. Bear with me. We got some questions to answer about the slingshot and about bench pressing. Bench pressing is on everybody's mind, and bench pressing is part of the huge announcement I'm going to make in a little bit. We got a question about the slanger. One question's from Tim Copeland. The other guy, forgot his name, sorry. But it's off the YouTubes, off Jim McDonald's YouTube. Sorry, I'm scratching my elbow. I got mosquitoes up my ass. Maybe I should try to move over here. Once they find your location, you're a dead man walking, pretty much. So question number one is, the guy said a buddy gave him a slingshot, and he didn't really tell him what it was for, really. He just said, here's a slingshot, use it, help save your shoulders. He wants to know what else it does, how to use it, and blah, blah, blah. So the slingshot is a supportive upper body device. It can help save the shoulders. It's going to help alleviate some pressure and some pain on the shoulders. So those of you with arthritis, tendonitis, tendinosis, whatever the hell, osis or situs you got in your shoulders, it is going to help tremendously. Torn rotator cuffs, torn pecs, it helps with all that shit. Sorry for scratching myself so much. At least I'm not scratching my weenus. You knew I was going to say it. You knew it. You knew it. You knew I was going to say it. The slingshot can be utilized in many different ways. It's also going to help you with your form, which in turn is going to help you with your strength, which is also going to help you stay injury-free. Avoiding injury is not something to take lightly. The slingshot ability to help keep some of those little nasty gnomes out of your shoulders is one of the great beauties of that tool. Anytime you start to get hurt, you're going to start to move slower, you're going to start to slow down, and you're going to get worse and worse and worse, and it's going to be harder and harder to display your strength. You'll notice that any of you out there that can bench press big weights, anyone that can handle double body weight raw or more, knows that when you feel healthy, you feel fast and you feel great. You feel like you can lower those weights down as fast as you want. There's no pain in your elbows, no pain in the shoulders, and you can throw those weights back up. So that's one of the great beauties of the slingshot. It's also giving you some support through the eccentric portion of the lift. It's giving you some support in the most compromised position of the bench press, which is at the very bottom of the lift, where the shoulders are the most compromised and pinned back behind the midline of your body. So, how to utilize your slingshot? First of all, let's talk about how to wear the slingshot quickly. Typically, you want to wear the slingshot on your bicep. If you're a bigger, more jacked, more fat guy, if you're a big bencher and you're a thick bencher, then you might want to wear it a little bit lower. But ladies out there that are enjoying the slingshot, dudes out there that are tall but not really thick, wear your slingshot up a little bit higher. And you're going to find, those of you that have tried the slingshot on before and didn't really like it, revisit it again and try pulling it up a little bit higher. That's a great way to kind of determine what size is going to work well for you, is by how it fits the bicep. It should be able to get up on your bicep with your elbow slightly showing at the bottom of the slingshot. It should be coming out of the bottom of the slingshot. Again, that's for most of the taller, thinner guys that aren't super thick, guys are going to have a longer range of motion in their bench press. The little elbow hole, I got rid of it. So anybody who really thinks I should bring it back, I ditched it because people were sticking their elbow in the hole, thinking it was an actual elbow hole, and really what it was to stick your fingers in there and pull your slanger up on your arm. So you may have to revisit that and revamp that and put that back on there. I'm not quite sure yet what we'll do, but we got rid of it because it was also an area of compromise. Anyway, how to use your slingshot? The best way to use your slingshot is to use it for overload purposes and for ultra high repetitions. So in the case of an overload, keep in mind I always want you to wear wrist wraps whenever you wear a slingshot. And also keep in mind, I want you to do a pause every time you use a slingshot, or at least a slight pause. You don't want to take too much advantage of that little bounce and pop you can get out of the bottom with the slingshot on, because it's already giving you assistance, right? So let's not make the lift too easy. Let's not cheat too bad. So the way to use a slingshot is do some of your raw work first. Let's say your program. I don't want to try to change everybody's program here. That's too hard. But let's just say you're doing 3 sets of 5. We'll use that as an example. You're doing 3 sets of 5, and you do your 3 sets of 5 raw like you normally would. Then add your slingshot on. You're going to use a slingshot for an additional 3 to 5 sets, adding approximately 20 pounds per set. A little more, give or take, depending on how strong you are. The slingshot typically allows you to use 10 to 15% over your max. That is the real beauty of the slingshot, is the fact that it allows you to get a lot of volume in. In some studies that we've done around here, and in checking out some of Jesse Burdick's lifters as well, we have noticed that most guys are able to double the amount of repetitions when they have the slingshot on. So for example, something that they can do 3 times, they can do 6 times with the slingshot on. Something they can normally do for 5 without the slingshot, they can do for 10, and so on. Give or take a rep or 2 here or there, depending on the individual. But that's the kind of volume the slingshot is going to help add for you. We had another, the way to use it for ultra high repetitions is when you completed your bench press training for the day, add in your slinger and have at it, and do reps of 20 plus, and do about 2 sets of that. So pick a weight that you think you can do for 20 reps, and have at it, and try to do 25 reps, and then try to do another set and try to repeat 25 reps. Try to get 50 total reps for the day, and the next time you come back around and try that same weight, see if you can get it for 60 reps or 55 reps or whatever the case is. I'm getting eaten alive by these mosquitoes, so I'm going to have to make this announcement real quick. Another guy had a question about the slingshot. I'm going to walk over here so I can get away from these suckers. They're probably interested in my blood for obvious reasons. Let's see. Okay, so the other question, the guy was about 6'2 to 6'4", 240 pounds, has an XL original slingshot, and wanted to know if that's the right size for him. It already sounds like it's too small for you due to the fact that you're so tall. Taller athletes are going to need a either stretchier slingshot, which is the reactive slingshot, or they are going to need to wear a little bit larger size than what most other people are going to wear. So if you want a nice snug fit, an XL would probably work okay. But again, you got to make sure you try to get up on your bicep because you are a taller lifter. But ideally, a 2X original slingshot or an extra large reactive. An extra large reactive would probably fit you real smooth, my man. You'd probably love it. Again, keep in mind whenever utilizing the slingshot, we're looking to do a pause, and we're looking to do a little bit more volume. We're not just looking to cheat and to do one of those fun, crazy overloads, okay? So now for our big announcement. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? Did you already eat your Ben & Jerry's? Or did you just throw away the lid? If you just threw away the lid, you know you're a BFF. And I'm not talking about best friend forever. If you threw away the lid, we know what's going to happen. We know that ice cream's going to be destroyed in about 3 minutes flat. Any freaking way, the big announcement we have to make here today at the Power Project is in regards to the meet, March 23rd at Super Training Gym. I want to lay it out there. I want to put it out there that, first of all, I myself, my chubby little self, will be competing at 242. I am foregoing the squat. I do not feel like I am ready to handle a big squat just yet, so I'm not going to squat, but I am going to bench. And for all the haters out there, I'm going to bench raw. See what I can do. It may be impressive. It may be a whole lot less than impressive, but whatever. I'm going to put it on the line. I'm the people's coach, so I feel obligated to do so. And I'm also going to be deadlifting, but I'm going to cheat as much as I possibly can in deadlift because I am a big fat cheater. Now to the real announcement. We have somebody coming to the meet March 23rd who wants to break the all-time raw bench press record. And it is not Eric Spoto. It is Scott Mendelson. That's right. Scott Mendelson is coming to Super Training Gym March 23rd. He's looking to try to break the record. He's looking to try to collect the $5,500 in cash that I have put up. And we'll see if he can do it. And also in May, this will make things more interesting, Eric Spoto will be loading up for the May meet, and he may re-break the record and even take more money out of my pocket. So we'll see what happens. Be there or be cheap. We got Scott Mendelson's going to be there. We got Stan the Rhino Efferding, Chad Wesley Smith, a.k.a. Juggernaut, and Brandon Lilly, a couple other mutants. I really apologize if I'm leaving you out. Edward Cohn will be there. Maybe you heard of him. He'll be there judging. And I think that about wraps it up. When you're trying to be strong, you can't go wrong. Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from supertraining.tv.